got something on the stack down there that I've never stripped before. Can you see it? Can you tell what it is yet? It is a commercial glass washer. I've never done one before. The bench is cleaned down. Let's give it a look. As when scrapping any like appliances that have water in it, I'm soaking wet already from picking it up. Teaspoon. I got this from a fancy coffee and yoga studio, which is I've never been to a place where they do coffee and yoga. As you can imagine, what the people are like there. Never seen so many top knots in one place in my life. I used to work in bars and kitchens. I assume that's stainless, but it'll probably pass as brass. So yes, I've worked with these machines before. So, but I've never taken one apart. That is completely stainless. A little bit of rubber to take out after. There's obviously an element in here, and there's I'm not sure if everything in here should, you assume, be stainless steel. Yeah, so the only issues are there's a catch there that's got iron on it. The back of it's iron there, just it's like 2 inches at the back. But all the body of it's stainless. We expect it being a dishwasher sort, so it's going to have 1 or 2 pumps in it. Where there's a pump, there's an electric motor, so that has to come out. There's going to be a little bit of low grade wire in it. I want it as clean stainless, so all this has to come off. There's some plastics inside where the spinning bars sit, and an inlet there. Oh, scrapping that, the inlet's gone. It doesn't look that complicated. It's just I think the plastics, they're going to need a little bit of Sammy love. They're going to need smashing out, and the element, time will tell. Chisel the rivets off at the back maybe. Let's give it a go. There we go. It seems like most of that's all in the top. Okay. I've got water on my bench and wet tools, which is always a nuisance. I did a dishwasher a couple of days ago. Some of my tools got wet, I didn't notice. I need to WD and all these up really. I should do that before I start. Stainless right behind the cable. I'm just trying. There we go. Now we're talking. I was lucky enough some years ago. That can go in the grey bit, but the grey box for stripping later. I was lucky enough to get all of the scrap from our local Tesco when the cafe changed from being the Tesco's own cafe to a Costa. And they've got all sorts of appliances and all the freezers, all of them stainless, which is brilliant, except for inside there's a load of foam you have to take off. So you take off the stainless shell and then spend hours chipping the foam off. But I don't think we're going to have that problem with this. Alright, seems there's an inner shell and an outer shell. And I'm going to have to undo. Okay, so I have to undo this and take the top off. Just 8 more nuts inside, I can just about get my drill in there. That's one. Two. What's occurring now? I expect that to be a bit freer than this. Push the lever off a little bit. Right. I think it's going to need just the tiniest bit of Sammy Love. Now chucking more water out everywhere. Cut the posies at the bottom. I think this has been repaired a fair bit, to be honest. Right. Well, that's for the light iron pile. As soon as I untangle it. A little bit of copper in the. A little bit of copper. I'm assuming that's some sort of thermostat or something there. It's smaller than an 8, isn't it? Smaller than an 8. We'll try a It's a strange thing videoing this because normally you do this sort of thing on your own and you're not conscious of anyone judging you, because you might have made a hiccup, did something like took longer than you probably should have doing it. Okay, that's not going to work with an 8mm socket to get in there. I think I am rapidly losing patience with it. I try to be nice. lost my phone briefly there. I was watching a snobby video the other day and he said that scrappers, yeah, we make do amend and whatnot, and my tripod came in the scrap and my phone's held onto it using black electrical tape, so it was always going to fall off at some point. That is it. I think I found the main pump. It's in a stainless steel housing. There's the element. That doesn't look like it's going to be too difficult to come out. Take that nut off, should be fine. And I get these out of the way. Pull the plug ups off. Rip the cable ties out. I need to oil these cutters so badly. I'm assuming these little fellas here are tiny motors, but you get with washing machines, you get more in dishwashers, you get more of these sort of appliances. They're full of copper, so never throw them away. I've actually got a bucket of this and stuff like it that will be done. I also don't throw Jubilee clips away, because whenever you need one, there's never one about. This is a nuisance. Bucket be stripped. Then go have a Jubilee clips in my pot. Okay, a couple of bits bolted on through the bottom with fuzzies. There is grim, slimy, chalky, calcified water down there. Lovely. If this was easy, then everyone would be doing it. Trying to lose the whole thing. The sharp light shaft is a messy one. There were 4 8mm bolts on the inside. One of them, the inner nut that should have been welded in wasn't welded in place, so it required some Sammy love to separate it. Now I get into the sort of guts of it. There's the motor. I'm sure that there's some sort of. I'm assuming that maybe that can't be the heater, but it's a stainless tube, so it's worth a couple of quid, whatever it is. That's copper, and it's, I don't know if they're calling that wire. I don't think it's pipe. I think it's just a kind of a relay thing, but I've got a bunch of that, and I think it's probably worth running the knife down. Take it off. It's another little stainless fitting. Is that going to be stainless? You should think most of these studs and things should be stainless. The body is all non-magnetic stainless. That's rubber. That's got to come out. And then it's onto the motor. Is that a solenoid? I don't know. I should ask you, Matthew, he knows this stuff. Take the plastic out, take the pipes out, take the heat lamp out. All we've got left on the body of the washer is plastic inlet that feeds the spinny bits, the drain fitting, that's stainless, and what side is it on? It's on the underside. The element, which should just unbolt. and then Robert's your father's brother. Literally now, that needs to come off. I need to undo the element. It's a little bit of plastic there. I'm going to try and brush that through because I'll just cut the edge of it out. This way. Yeah, that's coming undone quite easy. That will be sealed quite tight, I think. All these nuts, washers and fittings are stainless. If you're allowed to buy stainless, they've got handfuls of stainless Jubilee clips, which if you've ever needed them and had to buy them, they're a fortune. So I'm not too precious about keeping nuts and bolts and things generally, but stuff like this definitely goes in a pot. Element. There's some old plastic, the spindle, more plastic. Top spinning arm, and we just take the rubber out of that to make it clean. So other than that, the body of this is, where's that part going to? Is that attached? Oh, no plastic. Plastic's gone. You should always keep your bench clean, not like mine. Definitely the last bit. She's done. She's clean. These bolts are in here. These nuts, rather, they're sort of pressed into the stainless there to hold the feet. The feet are still in the other side. The easiest way to get them out is to put a pair of mole grips on them. I'm sure, yeah, if I had a grinder, but I'm pretty tight about using grinding discs, so I'm going to wiggle it back and forth, fatigue the metal until it comes loose. Working with stainless, firstly it's very hard and the edges can be very sharp, so something like this you need to be careful that you don't catch yourself and rip anything off that you were kind of attached to. I've already done the other side. That one was quite rusty, but one of the three to do. I'm using the hammer for something to lean on, because lean on these sharp edges, I'm going to cut the ribbons. Two to go. Just taking off the all of the fine trim around the fittings, which I cannot do one hand. The spray bars from inside, these I thought these were rubber, I could cut through, but they're pretty tough, so I'm just knocking them out of the drift. It doesn't need too much pressure, so I'm just using this little drill vise rather than going over to the big one. It's all clean stainless. So what did we get? We got some copper pieces, and this kind of copper wire is telling me it's worth running the blade down. You get it on fridges. It's not wire. I don't know. It holds its shape when you open it. Stainless pieces. These are not completely stainless. The bolts are iron and the bands are stainless, but they're still worth keeping. Brass clamp, I assume that is. All bits of stainless and whatnot. But the elements there, I don't know what elements are made out of, but part of them stick and part of them don't. So I'm tempted to put them in the alley refines and hope for the best. I've got a bunch of cable to go in with my other low grade cable that needs sorting out. I've moved it to a bigger box, and we got like a few kilos of stainless. It also came with another stainless tube, which was already, it was sort of separate, so it was already cleaned out and put in the pile. It held some sort of material for filtering, I think. I don't like this sandy stuff, it's peculiar. What else we've got is an absolute mess. I've got sort of chalky water everywhere, and I left a lot of tools on the table, so they were to hand, and then everything needs drying and oiling now. So next time I'm doing is electric motor as well. I forgot about that. I'm sure there's another couple of bits I've missed, but yeah, first time doing one of these. I'm sure I'll be quicker next time. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. On the off chance that you like watching an old fat geezer smash stuff with a hammer, subscribe and like if you could. Thank you.